Coldplay's frontman Chris Martin has sparked a storm of debate after paying an unexpected tribute to Charlie Kirk during a recent Music of the Spheres tour stop in London. The heartfelt yet controversial message came just days after reports confirmed Kirk's death, sending shockwaves across political and entertainment circles. The Onstage Moment. During the band's final London show, Martin paused before performing the Coldplay classic Fix You to deliver a call for compassion that quickly went viral. Addressing the sold-out crowd, he invited fans to send positive energy across the globe. For the final time for a few years in London, let's raise our hands like this and send love anywhere you want to send it in the world. There are so many places that might need it today. You can send this to your brother or your sister. You can send it to the families of people who have been going through terrible stuff. You can send it to Charlie Kirk's family. You can send it to anybody's family. You can send it to people you disagree with, but you send them love anyway. You can send it to peaceful people in the Middle East, in Ukraine, and Russia. The crowd initially cheered the universal message, but the atmosphere shifted noticeably when Martin mentioned Kirk's name. Audible gasps and scattered boos rippled through Wembley Stadium. Why the reference sparked outrage. Charlie Kirk, the founder of Turning Point USA, was known as a fiery conservative activist who often courted controversy. His outspoken criticism of progressive causes and sharp attacks on political opponents made him a polarizing figure far beyond U.S. borders. In fact, Kirk had previously mocked Coldplay, once declaring he'd rather be caught dead than at a Coldplay concert, calling the band boring and banal. Kirk's recent death, described in some reports as the result of a politically motivated attack, has further inflamed passions. For many fans, hearing Martin name-check a figure whose views sharply contrast with the band's socially conscious image felt jarring, even if the tribute was clearly directed at Kirk's family rather than his politics. Fan and public reactions. Reactions online were swift and divided. Supporters praised Martin for demonstrating radical empathy, arguing that extending love even to those you disagree with embodies the band's long-standing message of unity and peace. Critics accused him of platforming or normalizing a figure whose rhetoric they consider harmful, insisting that Martin's call for compassion inadvertently softened the legacy of a divisive political operator. Martin's intent and Coldplay's legacy. Despite the backlash, Martin's statement appears consistent with Coldplay's ethos. The band has long championed global unity, environmental activism, and humanitarian causes. By including Kirk's family in his call for love, Martin seemed to emphasize that empathy should transcend political divides, especially in the face of death. Still, the controversy underscores the risks artists face when bridging music and politics. For some, Martin's words were a courageous reminder of shared humanity. For others, they were an unwelcome intrusion of political tension into a space meant for musical escape. The bigger picture. Chris Martin has not issued any follow-up comments on the tribute, leaving fans and critics to interpret the moment for themselves. Whether seen as an act of grace or a misjudged gesture, the incident highlights a deep cultural question. Can compassion coexist with accountability? And should artists publicly extend love to those whose ideologies stand in direct opposition to their own? For Coldplay, a band whose very name has become synonymous with messages of hope, the debate over this single sentence proves just how powerful and polarizing a few words can be.